A belief comes from decisions you've made or assumptions you hold about yourself and your world, which you presuppose to be true. It automatically guides your thinking, feeling, and behaving. A belief acts as a gate to your resources as a human being, and like a prophecy, it will be fulfilled whether it is fact or fiction about the real world. Beliefs are wonderful if they're self-enhancing because the gate is wide open to your personal power. But if your beliefs are self-limiting, the gate may have prevented you from noticing the truth about yourself. Releasing those negative beliefs will free you to realize the truth, that you are worthy and capable, competent to create what you desire. Since you really can learn just as easily with your eyes closed and relaxing. You can gently close your eyes if you haven't already done so. Comfortably turn the searchlight of your mind's attention inward. Now, I invite you to consider the following questions. As I ask you these, you don't have to answer them all just yet. Simply considering them will initiate the necessary process. What is one self-limiting belief you sense you need to address today? What does that belief prevent you from having, doing, or being? When you change this self-limiting belief, to which new personal abilities will you have access? What will this enable you to achieve? In what situations will these personal resources be useful to you? And now that you are mentally prepared, consider how you may want to physically prepare yourself for this pleasant, relaxing time. You might choose to adjust your physical body in a comfortable way so that you feel good and restful, either sitting back with your legs uncrossed and your hands on your lap without your thumbs touching each other, or lying down in a position that's right for you. To experience light, easy feelings of peaceful rest with yourself. Even as your breathing may already be more deep and steady, you can understand your breathing continues in an automatic way, directed by your inner mind, whether you think about it or not. You continue to explore your inner environment with inner feelings, and your inner eyes can notice how your imagination works for you, producing a number of positive, interesting changes for full enjoyment. You might wonder as I count from 5 down to 1, in just how many ways you can discover your inner mind becoming fully available to you while you relax even more. Comfortable. 5. Entering this heightened state of awareness, begin to recognize the many beliefs you've acquired over time. You gain a clear perspective on your life through years of experience. 4. You can create new paths to your success. You've learned some beliefs and proceed forward to your desires serve you most effectively. The path is now clear. 3. As you take the first simple steps, as you've discovered throughout your life, you begin and discover you've got what it takes to win, replacing mistaken judgment with correct assumptions that work is easy to do. You are prepared. 2. Now imagining your entire life's path, you gain a clear perspective from the past into the future. Your understanding improves, and the clear path to your goal, the joy and ease, you can view your position, have life working for you in this present state. 1. You are ready to proceed with perfect result. Each step is ideal and effective that you desire. as you go with the flow. It's been said many times on one lovely clear day that hindsight is 20/20. A large hot air balloon was floating. One can see the events of the past quite clearly, high above the ground. Using your imagination now, two well-known balloonists, you can create a high vantage point. A man and a woman guided its graceful movements, from which you can view your entire history through the air. Having lived your life and learned so many things, each pilot, really take this time to know you have wisdom, had important perspective and wisdom. You are free and understand many things about your life to add to their adventure. You will be using your knowledge and skill with maturity and skill to help take the actions necessary. They handled all the necessary details to make your life work, ensuring a safe, pleasurable, and productive flight. The belief you've chosen to consider today they intended was developed at various places along the path of your life. Each time discovering there was an early learning experience where this belief was originally developed. These seeds will come to fruition, then reinforced many times will be providing both nourishment and vital resources. Each life experience holds the promise, the balloon of giving you feedback about how life over the countryside. From all feedback can be viewed as a learning. The pilots enjoyed a clear view, which can strengthen you and help to achieve what you really desire. They felt full of hope. There is no failure if learning is realized. They could really help when they landed. You have a wonderful opportunity to take experiences from the worthwhile nature of their mission and turn them into valuable feedback for learning how to succeed, now and in the future. You can let your mind drift back over a recent point in your life when you clearly recognize that you held this old belief which no longer serves you. It had been adopted much earlier, but this is a point in your life where you really notice the influence this particular belief had upon you. As you imagine yourself floating high above the place in your life in which that was recognized, you know you've already been through that experience. And you have personal strengths and abilities, knowing you've lived through it. Now you can float down to a time just immediately before this event occurred, and there realize yourself as a person who can make clear judgment and choice. The first landing, as the event begins to unfold, near the starting place of their journey. You can view the scene from just above it or to the side of it. They could study the details. There are learnings taking place more closely. Perhaps for the first time in your life, to notice the rugged you have an alternative perspective on this memory. When they stepped safely you have a choice about the beliefs you formed surrounding this type of an event. The soil was packed. Given this unique perspective and your ability to now choose until they found a imagine how this experience safe place for starting in a way that's right for their new growth. A place somewhat protected. How soon do you feel the emotional shift for that might blow? As these choices using important influence the events already completed, and the skills that they had with them. Consider the positive resources you gain access to. Moisture under the soil to help in this kind of situation. Yes, the essential elements to promote new growth. What are the new resources for yourself and others you can really bring into this kind of experience now? They planted the seeds, and when complete, they went back to the this balloon event from your life and floated high comes to a new conclusion, allowing you might begin to consider what new belief to take them into possible futures. Given your new perspective on this event, a new land filled with you can leave this event behind and fruits of the seeds and to consider planted. You are planting new seeds for a self-enhancing belief. Once again, you can go to a heightened state of awareness. And from this clear, high perspective over your life's path, search for an event earlier in your history, which again is a significant learning experience. Let your mind locate a time in your life a particular situation in which the belief you're dealing with became strongly connected to your life. This is not the very first time you formulated this belief, but it is an early time when this belief clearly began producing certain results, both positive and negative, for you in life. As your mind brings you just over this point on your life's path, you can look down there and notice the event is below you there. From this high vantage place, you can float down with the understanding and resources of having already lived through it long ago, and bring yourself just before the event occurred. The pilots of the balloon journey, as you float down to this place, down from the high altitude, just before the everything was clear. You can begin to wonder, still seeing what it would be like to have all the resources necessary, everything, both near to handle this event in a way that is ideal for you. They landed and noticed the soil of the area easily supported. What are the resources, personal strengths, and abilities as they stepped out that can help you through the situation, to experience it more closely, so that you enjoy the end result you desire? It was easy to realize many of the naturally growing plants would need to be cleared from a perspective slightly above or just alongside this scene, growth they really want, that the event is unfolding. The pilots, because you are using your personal strength and planning the way you want to, had brought along many ideas and resources. Notice the results you get, which really do benefit such situations. Using tools, notice how much stronger you are as this experience unfolds, and easily prepared the soil. You can have what you need, clearing the way for growth, and learning can be adequate development. And felt. They ensured each real value can be experienced, a proper start, perhaps in ways you may have never noticed before. Planting seeds is easy to do, yeah. And have you ever wondered, even a gentle work, how many ways your life could have been changed for the better, has a positive impact on if you had gained access to resources then, and feeling complete for now, that you know you have access to now, and with the pleasurable anticipation and what your life would have been like, future benefits. The balloonists went back to the basket of their balloon, and as this event is complete, once again, you can leave this event behind and consider the countryside. You are planting new seeds for a self-enhancing belief and perspective, as you can once again drift way up possible to the high perspective and seeing your life path below. There is one more very early event in your life worth considering. As you continue your successful work of growing beyond old, deeply held beliefs you are ready to leave behind, you can let your mind drift back over the point in which you first began to adopt this particular belief into your life. As you imagine yourself floating high above the place in your early history in which that experience was originally recorded, you can begin to understand the early origins of this belief you've been changing. You can float down to a time just immediately before the initial event occurred, and there realize yourself as a person who is formative, still developing a model of the world. You are a bundle of possibilities, and open to learning new things which you do so easily, with renewed hope and as the event begins to unfold. The pilots truly you can view the scene from just above or their work can just alongside it. As they floated down to the third lane, there are learnings taking place. The most distant past, all but now perhaps for the first time in your life, it is easy to recognize you have a new adult perspective on this. The soil is fertile, lush, having the wisdom of a lifetime of experience. There was a gentle innocence in having already been through this event. They knew the soil. Realize your choices in thinking and feeling about this early event. The pilots patiently took time to cast many seeds about since you can now choose the soil, how this event could have willingly received any assistance. What do you want for yourself and others in this experience? The adventurers showed how their wisdom, what can you begin to believe is true about yourself and the world, could nurture the
given
development of
that you
future
can
growth.
now decide and make this choice.
Like gentle teachers of gifted children, the two
You have
brought
a new
forth
perspective on this
the
initial
real
sensitizing
potential
event in your
of
life.
the land with ease and grace.
Consider all of the
Concluding
positive
the
resources
purpose
you've
of
gained
this
access
adventure,
to, feeling very helpful.
What
Hopeful.
new self-enhancing
and
belief
completely assured that
might you begin
nature
to
will
form,
given your new, clear,
the
mature
proper
perspective
balance
on
of
this early
necessary
event
resources to support continued development on into the
and
future.
when this initial sensitizing event in your life
comes to a conclusion,
heading back to the balloon,
for the return
you can
voyage
leave the experience
for the
behind,
present,
along with the seeds
They
you've
knew
planted there for a
deep
new belief
within
to grow.
the winds would carry them back.
Carry with you new learnings
And after a time,
that are truly beneficial to
they did
you,
return to the starting point of the journey,
having completed all these
When they
interesting
did
changes in
arrive,
perspective,
fully aware of
and
having
knowing within
changed
just how
the way
profound such
things
changes
were
can be on
in
your life,
three distinct
now and in the
and
future.
important places.
You might realize
There
simultaneously
exists a pleasant,
that your life can be the way you want
reassuring
it.
feeling of the future.
It is remarkable to realize
They considered
how the emotions
future
formerly
with
associated
care
with those past events
and
you've reviewed
made important
have
decisions
changed,
about proceeding ahead,
leaving only the beneficial learning
with their
that
next
can serve you
adventure.
more effectively now than ever before. Consider, if you will, just how different would your life be today if you had automatically made these positive choices 5 years ago as a part of a different set of beliefs. What if these new choices had been made by you 10 years ago as a spontaneous result of a more effective belief about your life? How would your life be different today? How will it be 5 years from now? 10 years from now? Are you sure that this is what you want? Realize that you are now standing upon the threshold of a new way of life. Make certain that all the parts of you are aligned with this decision to really have your life work for the better. Take a moment now to allow yourself to slowly, gently, comfortably float back over the present moment in time, down into the space your body is occupying. You may let your inner mind begin to formulate now just what the new belief about yourself and your life will be. And on the other side of this tape, you'll solidify all these learnings into a coherent, self-enhancing belief that will really serve you. Deep within your inner mind, there is a profound integration of new learnings taking place. At a conscious level, you might wonder in how many ways your mind can demonstrate how it has accepted the positive ideas you've given to it. Aware of these good, relaxing feelings, you can carry this special sense of your power and self-confidence with you long after this tape player is turned off. As you might feel it is soon time to return to a wide-awake state, you can do some things at a conscious level to help yourself benefit even more. These powerful ideas and feelings can grow and deepen in your present and future in wondrous ways. Feel yourself returning, fully integrated to the present moment in time as one whole integrated human being. As I count forward from 1 to 5, feel your mind, body, and emotions returning to a wide-awake state of comfortable power and self-confident control. You are in charge of the thinking and behavioral patterns that order your life, now carrying your positive inner resources with you. 1. Fully returning to the present moment in time, feeling wonderful now, and coming back to this place your body is occupying with greater awareness on each breath you take. 2. Returning to full alertness with comfort, having had a pleasant rest, refreshed by the positive energies, and the feelings of self-confidence and positive self-expectancy continue to deepen and grow every time you listen to this tape. 3. All your natural bodily functions in a perfect rhythm and harmony. When you are ready to gently open your eyes, it's nice to know you can feel good and alert as you continue to come back here with revitalized senses. 4.
feeling your personal power and energy. So refreshed, you are in charge of your body, your mind, and your emotions. Now orienting to your immediate surroundings, with eyes open and feeling wide awake. And now 5. Really feeling wonderful and ready to go. Take all the benefits you've achieved with you as each moment continues to unfold and reveal your positive new life.